Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a solstice energy reading. Um, this energy for this solstice specifically is like otherworldly. And so I kind of just wanted to bring through some of the downloads and give you some guidance and insight as to what we all are going to be experiencing during this time. For me, the solstice, either the summer or winter solstice, wherever you're at in the world, the solstice is coming up on June 21st, which is also kind of like the official beginning of Cancer season 2. They always kind of coincide with one another. But this solstice is extremely important, if not one of the most important spiritually activating gateways and portals of the entire year that we're going to go through. And the energy leading up to this solstice has been very intense and very transformative. And, all systems go. We're going to continue to go through this massive acceleration of ascension, spiritual awakening, and transformation. And so I wanted to come on and just kind of give some guidance and insight as to how to navigate these energies. So, June 21st, that is for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it is going to be our summer solstice. Summer solstice is the day where the earth has the most light. So, there's most hours of light in a day. For those in the Southern Hemisphere, you are going to be experiencing your winter solstice. So, it is the day where your part of the earth is going to experience the least amount of light in the day. Both are very significant, both have very significant meanings. For this video, I'm going to specifically talk about the summer solstice because that is where I am at in the world, and that is the energy that is really coming through me strongly at this time. But for those who are in the Southern Hemisphere and other parts of the world where this is going to be your winter solstice, these energies are going to apply as well. All right. So let's get started. We are multidimensional beings. Okay. We have a soul. We have an oversoul. We have a monad group, soul group. So it's like the larger soul family. And when we incarnate, we choose a body, we choose a family, we choose certain things to experience in this life. Because everything is divinely designed for the divine blueprint that we came in with to activate and fulfill our sacred contract and our divine life purpose. In multidimensionality, my guides like to call this life. So this timeline right now, this experience of reality, for those of you who are going to watch this video, my guides call it the primary timeline. However, because we are multidimensional, we exist in many different realms, in many different timelines, in many different dimensions simultaneously, not just in the primary timeline. Some of the best examples of this are the more recent Marvel movies in the last couple of years, like Avengers Infinity War, where they had to go and get the stones from the Infinity Stones from different timelines, and they knew where they had seen an Infinity Stone and then created the mathematical technology to travel in time to pick up the stones when they needed them. Another good example of this is some of the multiverse movies like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man that talk about how there are different timelines existing simultaneously. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because part of what we are going to start to experience in the primary timeline is all the timelines converging. So in the last Spider-Man movie, I love that movie, by the way. And not the one that just came out. That one's a great one too. But I'm talking about the one with Tom Holland, where with Doctor Strange. I think it was, I forget the name of it, but he gets all the Spider-Mans from all the different timelines to kind of come together because all the villains converge in his primary timeline. And so why I'm bringing this up is because that's a great example of what we're all going to experience beginning the solstice is we're going to experience more of an activation of our multidimensionality, meaning some aspects of you from the past, maybe that you let go of, or maybe that you have grown on from. Those experiences are going to start to come back. Some aspects of your future life and the future timelines that you are currently in, but you may not be aware of it, you're going to start to become more aware of those gifts and talents. So there's is like a timeline convergence where everything's coming together, okay? Unity, harmony, oneness. The veil is gone. The illusion of separation is going to start to crumble down. And so there's going to be these huge integrations of spiritual gifts, talents, and other skills that you need to have here and now that are part of your divine destiny. This is a huge, like, destiny tipping point for many of us. And so many of us are sort of in these weird spaces right now where we're either in limbo, we're kind of waiting for something to happen, waiting for a change, or we're experiencing major changes and major shifts that we didn't see coming. Both energies, whether you're sort of in a tower energy where there's a lot of sudden change, a lot of shocking change, or you're in a limbo energy, which is like the hanged man, where you're just kind of like having to hang tight. Both energies represent an integration and a collapsing of certain timelines to bring all the timelines converging into one for whatever is meant to be the timeline that you chose for this part of your path. Okay. So I know that is like a strange thing to say, in a way that I can kind of explain it better. Think about, like, if you're driving on the highway and you have a certain exit, right? And you're like, oh, I want to get off at this exit. But then you see that the exit is actually blocked. Like, you cannot get off at that exit. So some of us are going like to further exits, or you realize, like, you get a little alert on your phone or whatever saying there's an accident toward your exit. So some are getting off at exits before to come back around and sort of redirect, or some are going further and getting off at exits further. That's kind of the energy right now. But again, it is because our divine blueprints, our divine destinies are being activated. And so there is this sense of not having any control. And really, right now, you don't. Like, this is the hand of fate. This is destiny putting us all exactly where we need to be for our highest good. Some are entering into our highest timelines. Some are entering into past timelines because there are things that need to be cleared and healed and integrated before they're ready to reach their highest timeline. And so you're really going to have an experience of that. The past